Hi everyone, my name is Cyan. I didn't do a Science Corner last week, but I'm going to do one now, and I'm going to talk very briefly about some of the cool stuff that's happened in StarCraft in the past week. Last week I talked a little bit, or the last time I did one of these, I talked a little bit about doing shorter video formats, and I think I'm going to pursue that for a little while. I have some bigger topics that I want to talk about, but at least for now I'm going to pursue under 10-minute videos as often as I can, as short as I can make them, and just see how that goes. So there's been a lot of cool stuff happen in StarCraft, which is great because we're not really used to cool stuff happening. We're used to just bad news all the time. But the past little while has been really cool for StarCraft, in my opinion. GSL Finals happened. There's absolutely nothing bad to say about it. Tasteless and Artosis were incredible, as always. The really cool thing is that they were turning people away from the venue. The venue did not have enough seating to let everybody in who wanted to watch live. That's awesome. That's super cool. Scarlet and No Regret had a tweet saying that they had to watch from the lobby of the venue or something, wherever it was. Afrika had it set up for people who couldn't get in, which is incredible. It's really nice to see some rise of StarCraft's popularity, StarCraft 2's popularity in Korea again. That's super cool. The whole award ceremony was quite possibly the most awkward award ceremony that has ever been in esports, and it was hilarious. And I did a little video about it, but you should go watch the full award ceremony because it's ridiculous how much stuff they wanted these guys to hold. Envious has signed Poults to a multi-year contract, which is incredible news because A, that means that Envious as an organization had enough faith in StarCraft not only to sign a second StarCraft player, Violet being their first, but to sign him to a multi-year deal. That says great things about our scene and how it's being viewed by some organizations in esports. Because Envious is primarily not StarCraft. Envious is mostly Call of Duty, I believe. So it's super cool that they have faith like that. And it's also really cool that Polt is going to be around for years to come. That's great. Somebody said Polt's quoted as saying he wants to keep winning tournaments into his 30s. I'm super down for that. Man, Polt's such a cool guy. I actually don't know. I've never heard anybody say that they don't like Polt. He's just so cool. He's so good. In tandem with that, Mana has re-signed with Team Liquid, which is great. I think the strongest pickups for any foreign team in the past number of years, I think I can say that. The past 2 years, it was Mana and Bunny by Team Liquid. Such great players, really dominant. Bunny's a little bit fallen off, I guess, lately, but God, Mana re-signing with TL is just great news because who doesn't like Team Liquid? You know, it's the same thing as Polt. Who doesn't like Team Liquid? I've never heard that said. And Mana's such a great player, so it's a great re-signing to their roster. Great news. Dreamhack Austin happened, and I thought that the whole event was really good. I thought that there's lots of cool things to be talking about it, at least in terms of sparking discussion. The first thing that I want to mention is that there have been some kind of like two sides to the discussion on the viewership for the event. Some people are saying like, oh wow, we got like 24K average concurrent viewers. That's great, that's awesome. And then another group of people are saying, wow, we only got 24K average. That's like really bad. That's low compared to this event and this event and this event. What I will say to that is you have to remember that Dreamhack Austin is in a time slot for American prime time, unlike what Dreamhacks are traditionally as a European event, you know? So the European fans who would normally be tuning in because it's in their prime time aren't tuning in. So we lose out on that. So that might account for some of the loss. I don't think, though, that it's correct to kind of have this kind of. I think it's a bury your head in the sand kind of philosophy where, oh wow, 24K is great. We just fill a niche, and we're going to be like tennis and Magic the Gathering of the esports world. And it's just going to be a niche, and we're niche, and 24K is great. No, there's. I really don't like that because StarCraft 2 is an amazing game. It was the biggest esport at one point. It was getting 10 times the number of views that it does right now, and I think that saying, oh, 24K is fine for finals and final day and Dreamhack and we're just filling a niche, I really don't like that because we can do better than that. I think that we should strive to do better than that, and I think that as a community we should push for better than that, and we should push for Blizzard to do better and for everything to just be better. I don't like being okay with the way things are right now, but it was pretty good. The way that it lined up with the other DreamHack events, StarCraft was consistently a little bit smaller than Smash and bigger than Fighters, bigger than Heroes, which makes perfect sense. It is unfortunate for Street Fighter V that StarCraft is still bigger than that game, because I thought I I thought Capcom was going to make a really big push for Street Fighter V. I remember them going on record and saying they wanted to be the biggest competitive video game in the world. So I don't know enough about that scene, but it's a little unfortunate that they didn't get more attention at Dreamhack. Oh well, their loss, our gain. A really great thing about Dreamhack Austin, Totalbiscuit was just amazing. Totalbiscuit was so good. Oh man, and I think he really showed what casters in esports should do, and it's to be excited, to be verbally, hyped as fuck, yelling and shouting and get into it. And I think a lot of the time, maybe some casters in across all esports, some casters kind of slip back into this very analytical thing. StarCraft has a very chess kind of mentality these days, and I personally prefer the husky Totalbiscuit kind of shouting in your face, get hyped kind of. I like that kind of commentary. That's just me though, but I really like Totalbiscuit at this event. Neeb also did really great. Unfortunately, Neeb couldn't close it out in the finals, which kind of ties back to my very first Science Corner that I did for Root, talking about esports moments and how it's not really enough to have a foreigner who makes a really deep run and then loses in the finals. It really does matter for people to go all the way, especially when we were in front of a lot of CSGO fans where the crowd was really big and it was an American crowd rooting for the American player. Like that's exactly what happened. We can't keep saying like, oh, people want to see the most skilled players and then people care about, the most skilled players, blah blah blah, like the crowd wanted to see Neeb win. That's just how it was, and it would have been a really big deal if Neeb had won. That said, the whole tournament was great. I'm not sad that Hydra won. Hydra's a great player and he seems like a great guy. But there is an element inside of me that says, well, for the good of the scene, it probably would have been better that Neeb would have won. But what can you do? And those are just my opinions, man. Sen has retired. Sen being a Taiwanese player. I used to follow Tessel a little bit, the Taiwanese StarCraft League, and I can't say that I ever really paid particular attention to Sen. I like Haas. I liked Yoey Flashwolves and YE Spiders, but I can't say that I have any particular memories of Sen. It sucks that he's gone. I appreciate that a lot of people are saying that he's like one of the greatest foreigners of all time. I just don't have any particular memories of Sen. But it's always sad to see a player who is so prolific in their area or their region or with their fan base. It is always sad to see that person leave. And man, on Sen's Facebook page this morning, I checked, I clicked through the link, and saw his farewell goodbye retirement message, and it had like 8,000 likes on it. Like, that's insane. That's incredible. So it's really sad to be losing someone as prolific in Taiwan as Sen is, and hopefully the Taiwanese scene can put the next person up, like Haas and whoever it may be, reach that level of notoriety with that person again, because that would be great. So that's just like my list of really big things that have happened in the past week and a bit in StarCraft 2. Something super cool for me, I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm within throwing distance of 100 Twitter followers, which is super cool for me. It's like the first milestone, I suppose. I want to be so much bigger than that, though. We're going for the moon. Right to the moon. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, I would highly encourage that. Thanks to Root Gaming. Thanks to Root for hosting me and for hosting my content. Special shout out to Root sponsors who would be making this all possible. TT Esports, Esports Clothing, Esports Gaming, and Twitch TV. Thank you guys all for providing me with a platform to grow and spread myself a little bit and get fans. Thanks, Root. I'm going to do another one of these really soon. I might do a longer video, but please continue to tell me what you think about the shorter video format. Did you watch because it was shorter? Did you keep watching because it was shorter? I mean, what do you think about shorter video formats? I'm used to doing like 15+ minute videos, so please tell me what you think. Bye.